Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestle Plunge on a Sunday night. What do we do on Sundays? We jump through time to some territory somewhere, and then we stick with that for a while. Right now we're on the third one. We went through CWA 89, NWA / SAPW 1990, and then currently we've just started. This is week 2 of Southeastern Championship Wrestling from 1981. Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia. A lot of, I know they came into West Virginia and Virginia a little bit as well. Exciting stuff. Last week was super hot. This week we've got 2 episodes, January 17th and 24th, I believe. And one thing I need to do is actually get that set up to change the date. Welcome in anybody. Thank you very much. I'm live on Twitch and live on YouTube. Of course, on Sundays we go live on both. Saturday exclusively on Twitch with ECW Hardcore TV, but Sundays we can do both. Always try to find a YouTube-friendly promotion, and hopefully we can keep that tradition going. But yeah, I need to get January 17th in here. Then I need to get the chat set up so I can talk to the people in chat as well. And hope everyone's having a good weekend as I get this downloaded super quickly. I can do multiple things at once. Brand new video just dropped on the channel today. New Jack and Dances with Dudley fight that happened in 1995. Brand new video on that. I've had some pretty decent luck with New Jack content on the channel with the stories because they're usually freaking insane. But yeah, please go show that some love if you do get the chance. I'll be promoting it throughout this episode. I'll be popping the link in chat also. Don't worry, that will be happening. But let me get this set up first of all. We'll get rocking and rolling here. Boom. So I like to be able to pop, at least when we're on YouTube. When we're on Twitch, and Twitch comments I can't do this with, but YouTube ones I can bring them over and actually pop them up on screen. And right now we got Izzy coming in, who became a subscriber last night on Twitch, and I appreciate that. Pokemon hanging out, thank you very much. KP coming through. Teresa coming through. Plastastic coming through also. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And then, yeah, if you were live, I know Lisa is live over on Twitch. And if there's anybody else live on Twitch, thank you all very much, as we're going to be rocking and rolling. Let's start it up without further ado. And I do need to change that date right there to January the 17th. Again, 1981. The oldest promotion that we've done thus far, or the oldest year that we've done, and promotion. Let's see what we get into here this week. Here we go. Let me get the sounds working.
No exception. That's right. We've got Jerry Stubbs on today's card in action. We're going to finally get a look at former North American heavyweight champion Paul Orndorff. He's with us today also, Charlie.
Rick Gibbs.
Paul Orndorff. Let's go.
On Jimmy Jones.
Right, and we'll be seeing the Ron Bass, the outlaw, in action against Ken Timms.
Mr. Saito is in action today on Southeastern Championship Wrestling and a host of others. Major things taking place in the area in the past week. It seems that Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey have regained the tag titles that they once held from the Armstrongs, Bob and Brad. And we'll be seeing videotape highlights of that match later on today in Southeastern Championship Wrestling.
And Charlie, a second title change involved this, the United States Junior Heavyweight Championship belt. Jimmy Golden defeating Jerry Stubbs, but after that match, Golden was weighed in and was over the weight limit. So right now,
he was over the weight limit, so why don't you just give me my belt back?
Well, because
I told you he was overweight.
Because of
Jerry Stubbs.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, because of the situation, the National Wrestling Alliance and Don Curtis have elected to hold this belt up and have a tournament for it.
He can't hold the belt up. The belt should come back to me.
Well, this is their ruling, and this is what they said. The belt is now in limbo. There will be a tournament for the championship.
That's okay. Hey, that's okay. I'm going to get the World Junior Heavyweight Championship, and I'll be back for that one. You can count on that.
Former U.S. champion Jerry Stubbs, we said. Jimmy Golden, just a scant pound and some ounces over the weight limit, but enough to eliminate him, and the belt now in limbo. There will be a tournament for the United States Junior Heavyweight title.
Indeed. It's about time to get our first match underway today. Let's go to the ring for the introduction.
What are we opening up with?
Your attention, please. Our first match, 1 fall, 10 minutes time limit. Your referee, Tommy Weathers. Tommy Weathers, your referee. Introducing in the corner to my left at 218 pounds from Dothan, Alabama, Ray Harris. Ray Harris. His opponent at 225 pounds from Atlanta, Georgia, Jerry Stubbs. Jerry Stubbs.
Jerry Stubbs and Ray Harris, who I'm unfamiliar with. Digging Stubbs in Southeastern so far, though. It's been really fun to watch in the last week.
Jerry opening up, and of course,
Yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Appreciate it. Hit the old likes key if you haven't. Helps us out.
Secondly, having the belt taken away from Golden because of him being overweight, and now the belt has been held up, as you mentioned at the top of the program. But Jerry Stubbs, a tough competitor, right now with that front chancery on Ray Harris. Harris looking for an opening here,
Right.
for a handle. A nice short ride on the suplex, takedown, and pulling the shoulders of Ray Harris up. Might have been a little early.
Should have waited before the match.
Stubbs didn't want to take a chance. He wants to do a little damage, and he is.
What's up, Hugh? Welcome in.
Has his speed, but Stubbs certainly with the major portion of the experience in that wrestling ring right now, Charlie.
And he maintains that chancery on Harris. Harris looking for something to mistake. Stubbs, the former champion, using that headbutt.
Stubbs back to that front chancery once again and applying the pressure. Ray Harris gaining experience with each outing, Charlie, but
This is the same rev from last week, dude. Looks like
got to be
the body of a child and the head of a man.
or whatever, because
Like an
Stubbs is always finely honed. You may not appreciate
So
his
trippy.
tactics, but you've got to appreciate the
How
fact
small
that
he
the
is
man
compared to
does
the wrestlers.
win with a lot of consistency.
Jeff admires Stubbs. The intense man goes through every week, Les. We've talked with Jerry on several occasions, and he spends a lot of time in the gym staying in condition.
And recent weeks, Jerry has been going through a lot of mental anguish involving challenges for his belt. That belt.
What's up, Dead Punk? Welcome in.
Being defeated for it.
Yeah, he really is underrated.
And Jerry
He should have done more.
venting that frustration on one Ray Harris.
Side headlock by Stubbs now. Harris takes his man over into the rope. Good shoulder smash.
Settle in here.
Takes Harris up.
Settle in here for a couple of hours.
Harris coming up slowly now. Stubbs staying right on top of him. This is one of the keys that's made Jerry Stubbs such a potent offensive weapon in that wrestling ring. He presses for advantage and keeps his opponent moving at all times. Right now, Ray Harris trying to break Stubbs down. Stubbs with the advantage certainly here.
Yeah, his head, I think that's what's going on. I think his head's bigger than it should be on his body. I think that's what's happened.
The ultimate junior heavyweight wrestling machine in the sport. And
What's up, Dave? Welcome in here. Hope you're having a good evening and weekend. Thanks for your comment on that new video. I'm going to go through there and answer those in a little
Now in
bit.
that corner. Good forearm and connection to the side of the head. Stubbs takes his man over in
There we
that
go.
turnbuckle.
Big power slam.
Jerry Stubbs power slam and into a pinning position.
That's it. Hit him with the knee on the chest was brutal.
Jerry Stubbs comes up with a win over.
What's up, Simmy? What's up? Welcome in.
And unsportsmanlike conduct on the part of Stubbs after the man defeated. There you saw Stubbs kicking at Harris. Nevertheless, Stubbs, your winner of our first match here on Southeastern Wrestling, and it's our pleasure to
Orndorff.
welcome Mr. Paul Orndorff to Southeastern Wrestling. Paul,
Glad to be here.
former North American heavyweight champion, and a lot of other credentials in your corner, because not only North American heavyweight champion, you played pro football for the New Orleans Saints, played for Tampa, for University of Tampa.
You're on Camel, University of Tampa, weren't you?
Well, you could say that. Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. You know, I've been fortunate, and I guess I've been at the right place at the right time. And, you know, my heart's with what I do. I've done this all my life. I amateur wrestled, and I like playing football. But this is really one of my first love, and this is what I've been doing. I've just went back to this. I've been doing it now for 4 years, and Les has known me pretty much that whole time. You know,
Sure
the whole
have.
time.
Watch your career grow, and this gentleman has done it all in professional wrestling. And, of course, he's here to do it all once again with the Southeastern titles that are available. Paul, we've got some tape footage of a match with Larry Cheatham. Which
The
I
guy
believe
that got
was shot
screwed
in,
over by Hogan.
Freeport, Louisiana. So let's take a look and let's hear your comments as we watch the action.
All right. I just tried to go after his
He didn't get injured, though.
After me, which I figured he would do.
He worked through an injury, but
Good wide stance there, Paul. You got him blocked. He's not going anyplace.
That's exactly right. When it's hard for a man to turn you over too there, and anybody knows anything about or amateur wrestling also, is that you always keep a good wide base, because anytime, you know, they can roll you or pin you in a manner that way. Larry's a good, tough guy. You know, he's unorthodox. You never know what he's going to do next, and that's what makes this man so dangerous.
Might be the earliest Orndorff I've seen. I'm trying to think. I've seen some Mid-South Orndorff from what I'm thinking is like 82 or 83, though. So this might be the earliest I've seen Orndorff.
Every time I've ever gotten into a ring with a man, I've never sold him short for 1 minute, because as soon as you do, that's when you can get beat. And I've never done this, so I don't care who it is. Maybe the guy is green or maybe he isn't. I go out there with one thing in mind, and that's to try to defeat that man and not give him an edge.
Paul, as I recall, one time you told me that throughout your college and
coming out of the 70s, them pros sticking around for a little while.
Was taught to you by the different trainers for tendon strength and so forth, and you combine those with a good weightlifting program as well.
That's very true, Les. You know more about myself than I do. You're right.
That is a big ass
row.
row.
Stretching and especially a lot of stretching exercises.
He's got that streak too.
So
Looks
many
freaking
people that
awesome.
they forget all about stretching, and you know, most important about stretching is you know, it keeps your muscles really you know, flexible. You can do a lot of things, and that's something I've always done.
Oh, nice.
Good move there, Paul, making the leap over Cheatham, catching him with that reverse monkey flip, then the arm drag once again.
Yeah, dude, they're cooking right there.
Paul, we
good.
back to titles.
Yes,
We're talking about championships, and it's no big secret that world champion Harley Race will be in this area in early March of this year, and I know this is one of the reasons that also you've come to the southeastern area.
And that's very true. You know, I've had a couple of battles with Harley Race, and I've beaten him a couple of times, and there's just some way, you know, I'm not the only person that has, but there's a lot of people here that's capable of doing it also. But I know how he is, and there's somehow or another he keeps that belt. And his time is coming very near, and I just hope that I be the one that wrestles Harley Race here.
I've been damn
you know,
good.
there's a lot of other prestigious titles that are here. A lot of them. And I'll tell you what, you got some fine wrestlers here. I mean, there is some fine.
Not sure if I could look it up, honestly, but I'm not sure if Orndorff, and he probably did go through Stampede at one point. Maybe he wrestled a young Brett. I mean, there is a possibility there. But yeah, I mean, not to my knowledge that happened. Unless he wrestled a really young Brett in 84 or 85 or 86 in WWF. But, I mean, yeah, they were just primarily doing the Tag Team Heart Foundation stuff with Anvil. It's possible, but yeah, unlikely.
Just got back from a tour from Japan.
It's been a damn good
and
match. I'm going to Google to see.
Wrestlers, some of the wrestlers here have made a name for themselves because they're even talking about them clear over there. And that's 18,000 miles away. And
of course,
I'm just looking forward to it.
You're handling a tough customer in veteran Larry Cheatham here. And, of course, speaking of tough customers, Ron Bass, Randy Rose, Dennis Condrey, Johnny Valiant, to name just a few that are trading holes with people in our area.
That's right. Well, like I said, I came here for one reason, and I'll tell you what.
It does say when you do a quick Google that they did compete, that they did. It seems like they had a match in the late 80s, possibly. Let's see if I can find
And I'm not saying this because I'm here right now, because if they've heard it, you know, and you say it everywhere you go. But there's as much good talent here as anywhere in the country. And I'm talking about the Stubbs and the Roses and the Basses. And it's just unbelievable, and that's what I like. I like competition. This is what I've done all my life. This is how I thrive. I like to be put to a test, and they believe me. They got people here that can put you to a test, and I'm looking forward to it.
Of course, talking about thriving in tough competition, Charlie, as we're watching the action here, Cheatham working Paul.
Yeah, maybe I do say mentioning over and over a battle royal, but that doesn't count. Why would you even mention that?
But Paul battling right back with a great second effort.
Good knee lift by Orndorff.
Well, you got to stay on them. That's what I.
Here's a tag match, and a tag match scenario in '85. Orndorff. Wait, no, that's just giving a scenario. All right.
Stayed on him.
I think you're right.
Drop that big knee across his.
That would have been good.
That takes some of the.
I was just wondering if it
for a while.
could have been maybe have happened during that time frame.
Paul, we saw the arm wrestling tape with Ox Baker last week, and this is something you participated in several parts of the country.
Right.
Man, that'd have been good.
I've more or less done myself.
You know, I hadn't seen this the last time I saw you wrestle, Paul, which has been about a year and a half ago. This is something you developed just recently, then.
Right.
Polly Mathin, welcome in here.
I've tried it, and I've been.
Happy Sunday, happy weekend. Hope you're having a good one.
I see, and that's the way I learn a lot. Is I'll watch and review all kind of films, and I'll pick things out of it. That opponent, you know, I was throwing off.
Yeah, Brett started he started in '84. in WWF with Anvil.
That information, call 320-6163. Tickets on sale at Boutwell Box Office Monday beginning at 9 a.m. And here's your lineup. The World Junior Heavyweight title is
Yeah,
as champion
highly
Les Thornton
unlikely.
defends against Norvell Austin.
And I couldn't
the
find
Alabama
it.
State title on the line is Mr. Saito puts his belt up against Bob Armstrong. And the one-night tournament, a 1980 Corvette to the winner. Here are your first-round pairings.
Well,
the Tennessee stud battles...
There in the beginning, he was Hogan's friend for the longest time, and he was a face during that early run in WWF. I think for most of his run, he was a face in WWF, actually. No, I think at the beginning he was a heel, then he turned into a face and started teaming with Hogan. And then he got hurt.
Johnny Valiant, Jimmy Golden takes
Something
on
like
Jerry
that. I'd have
Stubbs.
to
Brad
do a little
Armstrong
more
opposes
research.
Dennis Condrey. Robert Gibson
I love
against
it.
Randy
That punk
Orton,
makes
and
me
Paul
think.
Orndorff against Outlaw Ron
Gets
Bass.
my brain
Don't
working.
forget the World Junior Heavyweight title at stake, the Alabama title at stake, and the one-night tournament. The winner...
See, okay, I did see something like that. My Google search found this, Paul Orndorff Killer Bees. I mean, if they were, it would be even cool to see them kind of just work out. You know how you'll see a Royal Rumble or about a Royal, if they did kind of touch. About a Royal is a little bit harder. A Royal Rumble, there might be less people in the ring for them to maybe at least have like an encounter, per se, quote unquote. But yeah, that'd have been dope. That'd have been dope either
Corvette
fucking way.
automobile, and it all comes together Monday night, Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium, bell time 8 p.m. for a super Southeastern wrestling lineup.
Yeah.
I'd like to remind you.
So he's
once
young
again
as hell
that
here
you
too.
will
Man.
sail
Think
the
about
Boutwell
that.
Box
Think about a guy 5 years in the business now, right? Like, I mean, that's young as hell.
Office Monday beginning at 9 a.m. With me, Ron Bass and Jerry Stubbs. They're involved in the first-round pairings for that 1980 Corvette. 11 big matches in Boutwell Auditorium on Monday night. But before we
Whoa,
talk to Bass and
shit,
Stubbs,
that's
let's look at their
awesome.
opponents, Jimmy Golden and
Watching
Paul
some old
Orndorff.
school Southeastern.
All I want to personally
Love it,
welcome
Mr.
you to
Pope.
the Southeastern area, and as you know, all the fans here know in Birmingham, we're in a
I like some old
tournament for a
wrestling.
beautiful automobile
I'm always
Corvette.
learning. Even though I haven't seen all of this, I've seen, little bits and pieces all over the place from different times and periods. But I like to do it here on Sunday and go date to date, week to week, and really grasp that vibe of that area. They're all so different, They tweak slightly here and there on just, different things. You have different guys. Some guys will pop up in the same, we've had a lot of Robert Fuller, and now we got his brother a decade prior in his territory. Ron Fuller owns this motherfucker that we're in now.
I don't know if you've seen it or not, but take my word, it's one sharp-looking car. And I would dearly love to see one of us win it. But first of all, I want to tell you, Jerry,
Jimmy
Stubbs,
Golden.
you ain't going to get past the first chance because you're going to be facing me, brother. And I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take you out in high fashion, Daddy, and then we're going to go on with business. Brother Paul?
I wish you the best of luck. You know something, Ron Bass? This ain't the first time for me and you, buddy. We've been in that ring before. We've had some of the most vicious brass knucks matches ever filmed, ever seen anywhere.
Yeah, that is a lot of turning. He was going full Big Show.
Whatever you want to call a little debt to pay back to you because you've done something to me that I'll never forget about.
Well, Paul Orndorff is ready for Monday night, Ron.
I'm glad to see Paul Orndorff remembers me. That's right, Paul Orndorff. We had some bloody clashes, and they ain't nothing been
We
said.
got Ron Bass here.
But I'm going to tell you something.
He just died recently.
Boutwell Auditorium in Birmingham, Alabama, we're going to get something settled because I want that Corvette. I want it, son, and you think you're going to come in here and make a name for yourself right off
Roger
the
the
bat.
Pirate. Welcome in here. I appreciate that. Thanks.
Embarrass me. Well, it's never going to happen, Orndorff. I'm going to be the winner, and I'll go on and take the Corvette.
Appreciate the kind words.
Jerry, Jimmy Golden seems to be ready. How about you?
Well, I don't believe Jimmy Golden's ready. I don't never see him in the gym. I don't never hear about him going to the gym. But you can look right there and see that I go to the gym. Let me say something, Jimmy Golden. You said it's going to be the first time for everything. It's going to be the first time I hurt you
Love
real
this.
bad. And you'll be the
What's
one
up, Rib
that
Shot?
never make it
Welcome
back
in.
the finals. And I'll be the one driving a new Corvette.
Monday night, Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium, 11 big Southeastern wrestling matches. You won't want to miss it.
You ain't
Great
wrong.
athletes in pro wrestling, Paul Orndorff to the Southeastern Wrestling area. Paul?
Charlie, thank you very much. Really glad to be here.
And Paul has quite a list of credentials in his career in professional wrestling. You've held many regional titles. Last week, we showed, a week or two ago, we showed some videotape of you in the arm wrestling competition. You held many state titles there. And I guess your biggest accomplishment was the North American heavyweight champion.
Well, that's true. You know, I've been very fortunate in, being lucky. I guess it's being at the right place at the right time, and I guess I have been in my short future as a professional wrestler. I did defeat Ernie Ladd for that belt, and everybody knows this man is 6'9", weighs over 300 pounds, so that was quite an accomplishment, and I'm very proud of that. And
God, look at his arms, though. Like, I mean, this is 81, and I know he's in good shape, but he's still just not. He's not I mean, he gets fucking massive, right? And then I know he fucks one of his arms up while in WWF, and then, he wasn't really able to. But the other one was always still in really great shape. But, man, look at the arms. They're really pretty fucking small.
But anyway, I held that belt for over 9 months, and I also was part of the World Tag Team belts for a while also. But, it's just being at the right place in the right time.
Dude, his Ripshot, who's in the chat right now, is hilarious channel, by the way. Definitely give him a follow if you haven't found him or watched him yet.
When you get around the people, and I like the fans. I've always been that way. I thank my fans, because anytime you get down and out and they get out there hollering and chanting for you and everything, well, that just gives you a little
hollering and chanting.
And a lot of times this has helped me. And this is
honestly, I'm used to this type of talk like this. I'm in West Virginia. That's where I'm from. Like, I'm in Appalachian Mountains. Like, this is the type of the way folk talk, like especially like the older folk around here, like the way, what I grew up on.
Of course, you play pro football for the New Orleans Saints, but what we want to get to now is you have a great interest in titles that are here in the Southeastern wrestling area.
That's very true, Charlie. I just got back from a tour in Japan, and you would not believe that the name that this area is really getting, because anytime that you can go 16, 18,000 miles away, and you hear about Southeastern wrestling, you hear about the Ron Basses, you hear about Buddy Rose, you hear about them all. I mean, you hear about these people. And when the word gets around there, it means only one thing, and that's money. And everybody's out for money now. And there's a lot of prestigious titles around here, and I'd love to be a part of them or given a chance to get a shot at one of these titles. So I'm looking very forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the money.
Now, the Southeastern Tag Champions, Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey, they defeated the team of Bob and Brad Armstrong
Midnight
for
Express.
those titles in the last week. We have some videotape highlights of that match, and if we could, Wayne upstairs, roll the match in which Rose and Condrey regained their Southeastern Tag titles.
And, of course, gentlemen, at this particular point in the match, you are in control, as we can see here, blocking on Brad Armstrong as Dennis picks up the tag. Dennis?
Therapy on Twitch. Welcome in.
Look at here. One bear hug on one little punk-nosed kid here.
You're looking at the finest two that ever stepped in the ring in Dothan, Alabama. All you hillbillies over there know it. All you hillbillies watching know it. Hillbillies, rednecks, you all know that this is the finest two and the best, because we got what it takes, and we got this, and we're going to hang on to it.
A lot of people are asking us why we're wearing these big smiles, Les Thatcher. We're wearing these big smiles because we're wearing these Southeastern belts around our waist. That's why we're smiling so much.
$1 million talent with $1 million smile, right, cuz?
That's right, baby. You got that right. True words.
Also, we get a lot of Armstrong action here, which I'm always for. Bring me some Bullet Bob. Oh, shit.
Because I didn't get to the gym yesterday.
Yeah.
We got a kind of block over here like the 49ers,
Of course, there are a couple spots in this tape we want to call the fans' attention as we get down towards the end of the match. We're some 2 minutes away from that. Right now, as we see Brad Armstrong battling back, trying to break loose, make the tag. You can see Bob making the reach from the corner, trying to close that distance down. And here, Randy moving in, blocking Brad Armstrong, and Dennis taking back over.
You will not see a finer team than this right here.
Now let's watch it here as Brad finally makes the tag, and Bob Armstrong comes in to go to work. First on Randy Rose and
Armstrong.
Dennis Condrey.
Yeah, look what he's doing. Karate. This is not wrestling.
Welcome in here, Teddy.
Look at that judo chop to the throat. We should have been the champions right there. Look at here. The man's gone crazy.
We ain't through no
We can't hit because his son can't
We
wrestle.
ain't through no fist. I want you to look in the background there, Les. Just look in the background. We had a sellout crowd in Dothan, Alabama, came to see the two cousins.
Now watch here. Dennis, you're going into
I'm
your knee pads
adjusting my
or
knee
something.
pad. It slipped down, and all I did was
Oh,
adjust
shit.
it.
What'd he get him? What'd he catch him with?
Brad Armstrong
No,
on the
wait a
top
minute,
rope,
wait a minute.
and Bob
I was
Armstrong
throwing him
apparently at
into
this
the rope.
point
We went through that.
Dude, watch, if you really like, which, I watched Nitro and Raw during the Attitude Era, and, during the late 90s like everyone else, or if you're that age and you did, you know what I'm saying, you've seen those episodes. There's so much, I've forgotten a lot of stuff. And as you go back through, which I have been doing here recently, oh my God, there's so many randomly good, amazing matches. I found this Dean Malenko and Brad Armstrong Cruiserweight title match from 97. on Nitro. That was freaking sweet. Tons. What I'm getting at is there's a ton of fucking Brad Armstrong lurking out there from that period of WCW. That is a fire.
The top. I don't know where you get all that from.
I want you to watch here. Brad coming up is going to see what's happening. Randy Rose going to that top rope. Dennis Condrey setting Bob Armstrong up.
To break the
And Brad does the only thing that's left to do, and that's sacrifice himself to save those that knee from coming down onto the
Bullet Bob.
And you see,
valiant effort, no doubt.
I grew up watching Smoky Mountain, too, on TV.
Look at him. He's knocked slap dab out with one right hand from
Still
Dennis
again,
Condrey. He's up. The lights are out. Turn off the lights. They're gone.
Well, then, that's good that you've been going to that knee pad quite...
I haven't, no, but you did. You mentioned that, Rip Shot, about as a possibility of watching. No, I haven't tested it out. I've never seen if that's a possibility. I don't know who owns the right to that, or if that would be an issue. But that is an interesting one to try. But I have watched, in my personal time, some World of Sport, and it's really fun to watch. Like, a really unique rule sets. I like the round system. It would be cool to check out. I'll have to check that out for the future. And I'll have to keep that in mind because, yeah, I'll be going through this for the foreseeable future. I think we go to about July of 81 before I run out of episodes. And then I'm going to jump to another time period. But that is a good call, so I'm going to check that out. Thanks for reminding me, actually, Ripshot. But yeah, I hopefully there's some out there, maybe even if not World of Sport, maybe some random promotion that was doing the thing in the UK that maybe they went by the same rules, but I know World of Sport is very unique, so...
Let me say this,
yeah, good call.
I got a knee pad here that's not too tight on my knee. Every once in a while, I have to pull it up because it slides down my leg. Now, I like to keep this up here because this is what this
Dude, Bullet Bob was great on the mic. Especially for this area and this time.
Protect them knees, boy. Like these are $1 million knees right here, baby. $1 million smiles, and we got the best.
Well, Charlie, they are the new champions, and so the tape speaks for itself. I guess we're ready for some action in the ring.
Yes, our next event about ready to get underway. Let's go to the ring.
What we got next?
Our next match, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Introducing, in the corner to my left, from Riverdale, Georgia, at 248 pounds, Ken Timms. Ken Timms. His opponent.
Ken Timms?
At 280 pounds from Pampa, Texas.
It's Ron Bass.
Ron Bass.
Ron Bass about to fuck somebody up.
Bass kicking on Ken Timms, and
we're going to be seeing the other side of that tag team coin, Charlie. After this match, we'll roll that tape through again. And Armstrong's with us out here.
Instantly.
Comments on that, and I certainly deserve a chance to air their comments about the match. Bass going to work early.
Ken from Riverdale, Georgia, getting indoctrinated with the Ron Bass way of professional wrestling, and not too enjoyable indoctrination here, Charlie.
A lot of people wonder about wrestling, how they can have it sponsored in their community, the information going across the screen.
I think Brad would have been good with like a little TV title run, either in '92, and then when they were kind of throwing the TV title around to different folks in '97, trying to test the waters. I think he would have been a good one to just give a shot. Give me Brad over Prince Ikea. I said it. I mean, I don't hate Prince Ikea, but got Brad Armstrong. Give it to Brad. I love some Brad Armstrong.
301. Information on how to have wrestling, sponsor wrestling in your town or community as a fundraising event.
Right now, Bass with that headlock and going for the Bulldog headlock on Ken Timms, and Ron Bass wasting no time.
Ken Timms.
He failed right into Timms.
It's an odd name, if I'm hearing that correctly.
Referee Weathers warning Bass about...
Well, he's got 2 first names. Can't trust a guy with 2 first names. Ken Timms?
That's in there today, Charlie.
Don't like that.
And again, Bass.
Bit alien-like.
That's going to wrap it up.
Put him away pretty quickly.
The big Texan Ron Bass
would have been good.
Over Ken Timms.
Ron Bass has been lining himself with Johnny Valiant of late, and they make quite a potent combination too. The Larson and the Outlaw.
Ken Timms. That makes more sense. Okay, I have heard that last name now. I'm just sitting here picturing T-I-M-S, but that B really makes a difference. I'm glad you spelled that out. It was just like, what? Who we got?
Tag team title.
Speak of the devil. We got Brad out here right now.
Is your dad going to join us? Or?
Well, Dad had some business in Columbus, Georgia earlier this morning. So
thanks everyone for hanging out. If you haven't hit that like, please do so. It really helps us out here. Make sure you do have the bell clicked. Again, I just put out a brand new video today. New Jack in Dances with Dudley had a fight backstage in ECW in 1995, and you're going to want to check it out. I tell the story. It's on the video section right now. I'll be putting a link in the chat, probably actually here in just a moment. But make sure that you are, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure the bell's clicked. Check out everything, including live streams. And make sure you're following on Twitch for ECW on Saturdays. I'm going to do the whole fucking run, all the plugs. Thanks for hanging out tonight, though.
He's not back yet. He should be back shortly.
We've got this tape, and of course, you know that we don't have to tell you the titles have changed since we.
Yes, wink, wink. Yeah.
I want to roll that tape and get your comments on exactly how this thing unfolded. So let's get into the tape right now. Here's the action, Brad, and at this point is Randy Rose pounding away on you, and they had battered you quite a bit at this particular time.
Yes, sir.
Dude, he would have been much better than Tom Zink. Like, Z-Man was okay. Like, I don't know. My brother liked the Z-Man a lot as a kid, but I'm not a big Z-Man fan. But my God, he would have been better in that spot. Oh, you said the name. You say that name 3 times in front of a mirror, you're in trouble.
Don't worry about my dad.
Oh, he scared me. You scared me at the no, but he scared me back. Saito slapped this young gentleman, and Brad is not going to take that lightly. He moves into the ring now. Saito with a karate flush in the throat, Charlie. And Brad is almost stopped before he starts.
Yeah, Brad and Saito.
He rips the shirt off. The ribs have been wrapped, and this is the result of that tag team title match we were trying to show on tape here. Saito and Rose ushering them out here, and this is taking all their idea. Here comes Dovell Austin, Robert Gibson, Roy Welch.
They're killing him.
Others to try and break this up. They got to his ribs. As you can see, Charlie, we brought it out. The ribs are wrapped, and Brad cracked some ribs when he saved his father in that title match. We saw that on the tape. And apparently Rose and Conde have run this man Saito out here. And what can you say? Attacking the guy, you can see the ribs were wrapped.
Bro, Thatcher immediately following these tapings was going out doing the damn thing. I mean, my fucking God, look at this guy. This guy killed in a disco ballroom. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. I bet if he wasn't standing at this table, the bell bottoms would blow our minds. The platforms would be like, whoa, daddy-o. Holy shit.
Straightened out. Our personality profile is coming up next. Stay with us. And coming your way today on Southeastern Championship Wrestling, it's my pleasure to welcome back to this area Robert Gibson after a long absence. Robert, good to have you back.
Oh my God, Robert Gibson without Ricky, we're in fucking trouble.
You know, I got one thing to say. I'm back here for one reason. Is that Ron Bass.
We're in fucking trouble.
My brother's not wrestling. Ron Bass is another Gibson here. And this Gibson here is opening up a challenge.
If there's anybody in life that deserves everything to another human being, it's this man to Ricky fucking Morton. Oh my God.
Right now for you, anywhere, anytime, any place. Ron Bass, I want you.
Robert Gibson returning to the Southeastern Wrestling area. He's about ready for action on today's program. Let's go to the ring.
Your attention, please. Our next match, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Introducing
So we get here
left from Pensacola,
from old
Florida,
Robert Gibson,
pounds,
future
Robert Gibson.
tag team Hall of Famer.
His opponent from Montgomery, Alabama at 245
Legend in his own time,
pounds,
honestly.
Jimmy Jones.
I'm not the biggest Robert Gibson fan, if you can't tell. I love Ricky, but
next television match.
Robert's a lucky man, let's just say.
Championship Wrestling. A lot more action coming your way today. And possibly another injury. Those ribs that were injured on Brad Armstrong in that tag title match. Those ribs possibly re-injured.
Oh shit, therapy calling it out over on Twitch.
Bob Armstrong has not arrived yet here at the television studio. And if he gets here before that program is over with, I can certainly understand that he is going to be...
All right, shit.
Going to be distressed.
Wrestling like a junior here.
Coming out here unscheduled, provoking Brad to follow him.
I mean, with quickness.
That's
about it.
Our first look at Jimmy Jones as he squares off with Robert Gibson. Jones, a rugged individual, but Robert Gibson, a fine young athlete. builds a lot of his offense around speed and movement. And he's willing to trade.
Dude, I love next time you guys watch a Ricky and Robert, a Rock and Roll Express promo, really watch Robert. They're all the exact same. He either starts or ends the promo. Okay, that may change or vary, but either way, he says like 2 or 3 lines. Ricky comes in and just kills it because he's a natural. He's the best. And the entire time, usually actually, and sometimes he won't say anything. But either way, he's off to the fucking side, like, because he's got the lazy eye. And that's no hate to anybody in this chat that may have a lazy eye. I've got a friend that has a lazy, like, not at all. But I'm just calling it like I see it. And what's happening is here, he's standing sideways because he's trying to make sure that the camera doesn't catch the lazy eye because he doesn't want to look, he doesn't want to look off. And he's also throwing up hand signs the whole time. Just rock and roll, let's go, me and Ricky. Like, it never stops. Like, he never stops. He actually never stops moving either because he doesn't want the camera to just sit on the eye. So it's just this. It's just hand signs the whole time. It's just all kinds of stuff going on. And he'll just throw a couple of words. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Witness here now with Jones anytime, any place. Jones with a side headlock now. Robert trying to pry his way free.
But hell, you're right? My God. He knew it. That's the damn truth. It is what it is. He's a rich motherfucker. A legend. I'm just saying.
Listen, I don't mean to interrupt, but I just walked in the building. I walked back to the dressing room back there. And
those promos,
But I'm going to tell you something.
So I'm watching. I'm just watching him the whole time. Do the same fucking. He's like a robot, dude.
Do a job on it. Well, he's really brave, isn't he? He's got his ribs all bunged up, and he did that for me. Now I'm going to do something for Brad. I want that Japanese, if he's hearing me in any way, shape, or form, as well as Conjuring Rose, something's going to be done about this, brother. It ain't going unanswered.
Oh, that's Bullet on the fucking mic. Bullet's pissed.
Right, Japanese.
Whoa, he might get a little racist.
Yes, sir. And Bob missing no words at all. Tells Mr. Saito, let's do it your convenience anytime, any place. And as we all know, Bob Armstrong can handle the job. No doubt about it. He and Saito, that should be quite an interesting confrontation. Right now, Robert Gibson with the arm bar, windmilling it on Jimmy Jones.
Jimmy Jones. I'm not familiar with this guy. I'm probably a local guy.
You know, I've watched both the Gibsons come up through the ring.
Oh, maybe not, though. You never know.
Several years ago, when I was wrestling around this area, saw him get his beginning, and now Robert Gibson following his brother's footsteps. And he's a fine competitor. Jones sets him up with that elbow and spins him around.
Confident either way. Yeah, he knows what he's doing in there. One thing that's cool about this era right now is that we're having some competitive style matches. Like, everything sort of. And one thing that I really like about these old territories is that you never know. You kind of know who's going to win, but you don't know what they're going to win off of. Like, it's not always the same fucking move. Like, it could be different things. It might not be something crazy. It might not be their special move, however you want to say it, their finisher, whatever you want to say. I don't know. This has been competitive, though. It's been fun.
Jones up in neutral starting position, and Gibson is waiting on him. As we mentioned, Robert has that blinding speed and uses it to his advantage. Jones picks him up, tries to push him away, but Robert, hanging tough, takes his man over and maintains the offensive with the headlock.
Over into a pinning position. 2 count on Robert Gibson, and he powers back over, holds on to that side headlock.
Gibson applying the pressure
1981.
Find his way out.
Incredible.
Had his share of the match, but Gibson has been able to get back the advantage.
45 years ago?
As he makes the move again. Oh, almost got him. He got over the top. He shot out with that drop kick. One mistake and he went right into something else. Thinking, well, I
love that, man. I love their Irish whip reversals. Much more realistic. Oh, he got him! Got him at the sunset. Like, that was an awesome fucking match. That was a good match. Give me more of that.
Mr. Saito in action, and we'll be reviewing some very important
hell yeah.
when Southeastern Wrestling continues.
Attention please, our next match, one fall TV time remaining. Introducing in the corner to my left at 218 pounds from Dothan, Alabama, Charles Odom. Charles Odom.
Charles Odom.
His opponent.
Go Saito, baby. Look at him. Look at this beast.
The current Alabama State Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Saito. Saito.
There you have the Alabama State Heavyweight Champion, Saito. Taking
Alabama
on
State
Charles
Champion.
Odom attacking Saito, but it seems to be all in vain.
Saito opening right up, and he's a powerful man. You can't take that away from him, Charlie. We've talked about the power in those hands. And you can see the muscular development of that body. A man who has done sumo, martial arts, Greco-Roman style wrestling, and you see that plain old-fashioned brawling as he drops Odom. Throw first across that top rope. That slashing chop sends Charles down once again. And what can you say about the Alabama heavyweight kingpin? But he's a tough man to handle.
Oh, shit!
A tough man to handle.
Fuck! That was brutal. Oh my god. One more time. Whoa, no, hold on. Fuck! Oh my god. Yo. Oh my god.
One of his many.
F-Wood, what's up?
Saito comes up to score a win over Charles Odom.
This kid needs some help. We need some help out here.
Two gentlemen, Jimmy Golden and the Tennessee Stud, and we have some videotape highlights, Ron, of a match you had.
Golden will run with them Stud boys.
That's right, and before we get into it, I'd like to say, I know a lot of people out there are probably very confused, and I never thought that I'd see myself standing here or sitting here on the same set with Jimmy Golden, because there's been a lot of bad blood between myself and Jimmy, my brother and Jimmy, but nonetheless, I think I have seen a change in Jimmy Golden. I've had hundreds of fans from around this part of the country say, take Jimmy Golden back. He has had a change of heart. He's a good man now. And I tell you what, I've had some great partners in my time, but I don't think anybody can do a better job than that man sitting right there.
Well, I certainly appreciate it, Ron. I tell you, it's been a long time that we've been together and what have you, and it really gets me right here, and I'm just glad that we're together, man, and we're going to raise some cane. We're going to get rid of some New York trash is what we're going to do.
That's exactly right. Now you can roll the film and we'll show you exactly what we're talking about, getting rid of New York trash. First of all, I want to say, Charlie, I promise.
I don't know where exactly they're at right now, but they're in the Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Virginia, West Virginia area, but I'm not sure if they said exactly where they're at for this episode, but that's a good question.
The people that I was going to boot John Valiant back to New York. Well, I didn't get around to dragging him around the building and booting him out of the air.
I think this episode ends abruptly, I'm going to guess, because it's shorter than
But I did send him for a little visit to the Southern doctors at the hospital in Dothan, Alabama, and the boy's got 15 stitches in his head from this match. And you're going to see in this match part of just what happens to big John, luscious John Valiant. And after this match, he don't look
WAFF 48.
Indeed, I'll have to agree with your comments, Ron. This was a hard-fought match.
Well, it was a hard-fought match. I want to say for John Valiant on his behalf.
Huntsville. This is aired in Huntsville, Alabama, just because of that little graphic that popped up on the screen. That WAFFA 48 News is Huntsville, Alabama.
He has got some guts, and he did stand in there, and he did fight almost down to the very end until he had to have his big Texan buddy, Ron Bass, come and help him out. And we're going to get rid of not only John Valiant, not only is he going north, but we're going to send Bass south. And
That's
I'm not
the truth,
talking
brother.
about Texas, I'm talking about the Gulf. We're going to put him on a little boat and shove him out in the Gulf of Mexico. He's going to be gone, too, at the same time.
A little Southern hospital.
In fact, they got a Dr. D sound clip here. Is he working?
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
Talented, brother.
Now you can see here, Valiant at this point is already starting to bleed. I've already busted him on that post. I run him into the post 4 times. And
I'm not sure. I haven't seen him yet.
You can see that red in his hair already.
Right here, we are
It's about to
going in.
end right
Ain't
here.
no
We're about to
doubt
go
about
into
it,
the next
Travis, 'cause I
episode.
don't like the man. I'll be very honest with you. I don't like the man at all.
I can
And
understand.
anytime I can get my hands on him, anytime I get in the ring with him, I want to. There you can see him. He don't look too luscious right there. He looks kind of red to me. I'm going to put a little tapping on him here.
There we go. This looks like we got the full episode here, though. January 24th, 1981. One thing I'm going to put in the chat real quick. The new video that just now dropped. An ECW Untold Wild Stage backstage fight. New Jack Snaps. Him and Dances with Dudley. A little known Dudley. Check it out. Pretty crazy story, actually, told by a couple of different wrestlers. Mikey Whipwreck, for one, for example, and New Jack himself in a shoot interview, but it happened in late 1995. Give it a check, give it a like, give it a comment, give it some hype if you have the ability to. Make sure you're following on Twitch, twitch.tv/WrestlePlunge. I go live on Twitch and YouTube for these shows on Sunday. For Saturday night, you're going to want to exclusively be on Twitch. That's the only way you can watch ECW Hardcore TV, and we're going through the entire run. Right now, we're at the very beginning. We're in June of 1993. We're about to go into the first big show, the Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular, Eddie Gilbert, Terry Funk, Texas Chain Match Massacre. A lot of cool things happening. Surfer Sandman. I'm going to put a link in here for that as well. Thanks everyone for hanging out. And yeah, everybody that's already come through on the new video, thank you very much. That gets the algorithm pumping and hopefully gets fed to the right people here on YouTube. Thanks, folks. Let's watch another one.
Championship Wrestling. Innovators in televised wrestling of personality profile. List 3, instant replay, and other technical firsts. The program
Sound on this one's weird. It's only coming in one of my ears.
of America. Join us now for the fast-paced competition of professional wrestling, featuring the top grapplers from the world's largest governing body, the National Wrestling Alliance.
Charter class with Les Thatcher. Welcome
Thank
to
you,
Southeastern
Dave.
Championship Wrestling. Les, a lot of things are happening here in the Southeastern Wrestling area, and
Hell
I
yeah.
think the
Glad you checked it out.
injury of Johnny Valiant is very well on the people's minds.
This is correct. Johnny Valiant has a broken leg.
So Johnny Valiant's no
For
hurt.
some time. We'll be bringing further details on that later on the program. But certainly
Therapy knows.
It's going to change a lot of things that are taking place in here in recent weeks, Charlie.
A lot of action coming your way today on Southeastern Wrestling. Brad Armstrong will be in action today against Oki Shikina.
Mr. Saito, the Alabama State Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, will be going against Roy Welch.
Robert Gibson and Frank Levert take on the Southeastern Tag title holders, Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey.
Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin will also be...
What's up, Andre? Welcome in here.
Speaking of Rose and Condrey...
We're in a new promotion now. Went to Southeastern.
We have the Florida State Arm Wrestling
And they're not calling themselves the Midnight Express yet.
champion amongst us today.
Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey.
We want to issue a challenge. I'm issuing a challenge to you right now. I'm the Southeastern Arm Wrestling Champion. And I'm issuing you an arm wrestling champion right here. I want it right here on TV where everybody can see it. I can put you down, baby. Look at that 20-incher right there. I'll put you down in a minute. If you got any guts at all, I don't think he's got the guts, cuz. Because here is meals from Hollywood to Broadway and back. Look at this. You ain't got the guts. Hold on, Dorf. You ain't no champion until you come against my cuz right here. We're issuing a challenge.
81.
Today. Now take
Moonshine Wars 81.
State Arm Wrestling Champion. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm sure this will be a surprise to Mr. Orndorff, and I think we can talk it over with Paul, and I've never known Paul to back up.
No, I didn't know that Condrey was the Southeastern Arm Wrestling Champion. Of course, there's a lot of things...
Look at this.
But, of course,
Son of a bitch right here.
And our first contest will be Brad Armstrong, a fine young athlete, against Japan's Oki Shikina. And right now, let's go for those introductions to the ring.
10-minute time limit. Introducing at 240 pounds from Japan. The
I'll get a Brad Armstrong match. Here we go. Oki Shikina. I feel like we saw him last week.
Marietta, Georgia, Brad Armstrong.
Brad Armstrong out against Oki Shikina, the man that calls himself the Japanese destroyer. And of course, here is the vitality and the exuberance of youth against the rugged, rough Japanese veteran. Armstrong against Shikina as Brad comes up with the headlock. Oki maneuvers him into that corner and gets the break, and they start fresh once
Oh, yeah.
again, jockeying for position.
That's how you do it.
Feeling one another out, collar and elbow. Headlock and a reversal by Brad, coming up with a hammerlock and Shakina.
Dude, he does sort of look like Boogman Jack, actually. Good call.
Brad having his problems in recent weeks, less with injuries, especially to that rib cage and recent matches, tag team action. And Brad's not a quitter. He keeps going.
Exactly.
It's a small ring.
Man admired by many, even a lot of the veterans. Begrudgingly, nonetheless, give him a lot of credit for a short period of time in that pro ring, Charlie. But a lot of great results have come his way. Right now, Shakina applying a nerve hold to the trapezius area of Brad Armstrong. Of course, you can see the ribs, the rib area, heavily taped and wrapped. Brad receiving quite a bit of punishment last week in our television ring and unscheduled with Mr. Saito. And then again, as we're going to see on tape later on, Rosencandri worked those ribs over extensively. So Brad still in there, battling, wanting to stay with it and not giving the ribs a rest. And, of course, only time will tell whether that's going to be a positive or a negative effect, Charlie.
Ring veteran Oki Shakina, a tough opponent for Brad Armstrong. Shakina.
Dude, I was talking about that last week, or last week, actually.
And he knows how to take those shortcuts.
As we mentioned while we're watching this action, Johnny Valiant with a broken leg, saying the credit or blame, whichever you want to call it, goes to the tennis.
That one small ref makes everything, like the proportions sizes look insane. Like everything's out of proportion.
Now by Shakina and Brad Armstrong. Brad looking for some
I feel like I'm tripping right now, actually. Is this even real?
There he goes into a hammerlock. Good move.
There we go. Get the reversal
The
in.
ropes and gets his break once again. Shakina using the ropes wisely. Each time that Brad comes up with a good solid hold, he's been able to move to those ropes and get the break and a fresh start and hasn't had to relinquish too much offensively. Right
God, wait till you see the other ref, Andre. He's some kind of freak man-child thing. He's got a child's body and a man's giant, bald, bearded head. It's very odd.
It looks like Shakina using those sacks to pull Brad over for a pin, but it's only a 1 count, and Brad comes back out of it and goes right back to that side headlock.
Moving up to their feet once again. Brad still cranking down on that headlock, and Oki takes a handful of air, maneuvers young Armstrong back in the corner, and a chop.
Right.
Staggers him in again. Shakina opening up now.
Big chop.
And he's found his spot and moves in with that front chancery.
Tightening up on the pressure. Brad looking for that corner over on the ropes. Brad Armstrong taking Shakina into that turnbuckle, but Shakina, with a little foresight, comes up, catches Brad off guard, and goes to work on those ribs.
And he's concentrating. Certainly that bandaged area is like a red flag to a bull. It's only drawing attention, but nonetheless, the rib area needs to be heavily taped and bandaged as it is. Also, Charlie, some wrestlers wondering if Brad can go it in singles after having the tag belts with his father, then relinquish to Rosencandri. Brad has said that
Get on those ribs.
ready to try and prove that particular point to wrestlers and fans and promoters alike. The fact that he can make it on his own.
Armstrong in trouble.
Oh, shit.
Armstrong, good move.
Damn. He made sure that schoolboy was happening.
Shakina, but,
After all that, he pulls off the victory.
guard for the pin, and your winner of the match is Brad Armstrong.
Brad found an opening, and Shakina punishing those ribs. Brad wisely took it and made a beeline for the outside, but he did score a good win. And of course, Brad and his father Bob joined us right now. And,
Get the
Bob
bullet.
was discussing the rib cage problems Brad has had, and of course the tape upcoming involves that same injury.
That's exactly right. Brad's taped up here, but he wanted to try it on his own, see if he could handle it, and obviously he did the job. I know it's painful. I've had broken ribs, and anybody that has knows how it feels, but I'm real proud of him today. He did the job and did it good.
He certainly did. Well, we're talking about Rosencandri and the Armstrongs, and of course Mr. Saito involved in what we're about to see. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's roll the action. Rosencandri against Brad and Bob Armstrong.
Now, here things got a little wild, and Brad and I both were in the ring. They've been working on his ribs. They caused the injury a few weeks ago themselves, and looks here like we had things pretty good. And here comes Saito, who I'd had problems with earlier. There's a blow from the back. He's very good at karate, no doubt about that. Brad tried to save me there, but he got hooked and got a good chop there, too. And we've both been through a match already. You know, these three have formed what you might call a terrific trio there. They're ganging up. Now, you can see Saito, he's putting it on me while Rose and Condry are working on Brad over here. I will have to say this for that Japanese gentleman, that he's got hands as hard as a rock. And right here, he opened me up real good over the eye. One of those chops just split me. And it took 12 stitches to close.
Looks like they're trying to pull.
But, you know, this is backfighting. You know, this is not one-on-one.
Pull them apart on the fucking turnbuckle.
People were watching the thing, and they came in, and finally Rose and Condry and Saito, the terrific trio, chose to split. But I knew Brad was hurt at this time. And
Yo, Tiff, what's up? Welcome in here.
Getting Brad out of there. I wanted to get
You're having a good weekend.
Room, get him in that shower, because I know when you got those cracked ribs like that, anytime you take a deep breath, it's going to hurt.
Of course, Bob reverting back to this thing against Saito, it more or less came to a head last week right here on this set where Saito antagonized Brad into that ring and went to work on it good.
And that was Rose and Condry's doing. They sent the Japanese gentleman out here to grab Brad, and antagonize him. He slapped Brad, and Brad knocked the devil out of him. They went into the ring, and he got caught with the karate. Now, here's a good example of Saito, a really brave man. I just turned around. I heard the crowd screaming. I turned around, and there he's chopping me.
Dude, is he going to give that fucking Saito suplex to Bob?
Right here, I was just trying to stay on my feet and stay conscious, and this Japanese gentleman, he was doing his thing. You know, he thought he had everything going his way, and at this point, he did. It was hard for me to stand up. I was using the ropes, trying to keep my balance, and here's the Japanese gentleman. He's really having a ball right now, brother. He's really having a ball.
Oh, yeah, he's cut open.
Hard hands and chopping and aiming. He opened me up real good. It tore half my eyebrow out with those chops. So he's got things going his way. But, you know, every dog has his day. And in a minute, he's going to mess up. He's expecting me to go down any time. And really, to tell the truth, I was expecting to go down any time. He had me in the corner, and he finally had me trapped. Now, here the referee's trying to keep some kind of order. He grabbed him. He pushed the referee down, and that gave me a chance.
It's the man-child ref.
A little chop of my own, brother, and he bit the dust. Now, turnabout is fair play. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And now it's my time, brother. I'm going to show you a little American karate here.
It's my time. My time.
Step on you, do whatever I can, because I had took a beating. I had took a licking. Keeping on ticking.
This Japanese gentleman.
From Tokyo to L.A., brother. And there's a good old American right cross.
Bob Saito, of course, tends to differ with the how tough the American karate style is.
Well, he's always knocking. He's knocking everything in America. Now, there he called me.
Bullet Bob's like, I just figured out karate right now, and I'm better than you at
I
it.
hooked the cobra hold on him here, and I had him pretty good.
The cobra. I call it the cobra hold. I invented it.
The other part of the terrific trio, Condry, Rose, and Saito, are coming in to do their number. Now, they're thumping on my head, but I was determined this time I was not going down. I was going to hurt somebody. I was going to try my dead level.
Oh, them bell bottoms were still in effect, baby.
He is having a field day, right?
We're still in the disco era.
I got my hands on that Japanese dude, and I wasn't going to let go. Rose and Condry could have tore my arms out because I'm hanging on, brother. Here they're trying to pull me off of them. The referee's grabbing. Everything gets kind of...
Listen, Daddy.
At this point, I couldn't see very much because I had blood in my eye, but I knew I had a hold of that Japanese gentleman, and I wasn't about to let go. Now, here comes the troops again, thank goodness, but I had a good handful of hair, and it would have took a Mack truck to pull him away from me at this time, but they grabbed the back of my feet there, and there was nothing I could do. When they
Mack truck, or, you know, a bunch of guys pulling the back of my feet. Same thing.
It was like just pulling part of my teeth out because I wanted him so bad. You know, one thing about America, he's already knocking Americans. We believe in going face to face. We don't do any backstabbing.
I'm not really sure why they had Charles Bronson doing those action films, even during this time, when we got Bullet fucking Bob Armstrong, who could have been doing those movies.
They say he's got the strongest hand in wrestling, and I can attain to that. 12 stitches in my forehead will attest to that fact. But here they finally got us apart. He wants to come back. I want him to let me go, but the referee saw fit to break it up at this time. But, you know, it hadn't settled anything. We had a battle. The war is not over. One way, shape, or form, Mr. Saito is going to...
It was just a battle. I won a mini. The war's coming, Daddy.
Comments to Bob Armstrong. Congratulations, Brad, on that win today.
I'm coming. You're coming. We're all coming, baby. I'm sorry, what? No, you heard me. Did I? You sure? You know what you're saying?
Call 320-6163. Tickets on sale at Bethel Box Office Monday at 9 a.m. The main event, 18-man, two-ring triple chance over the top rope battle royal, $10,000.
Two ring in 81. Here we go.
Alabama State title match as Mr.
God, this will be fun as hell.
Challenge tag team match. Norvell Austin and Paul
This
Orange
music, dude. This rules.
and Dennis Country. For the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship, Brad Armstrong takes on Jerry Stubbs. Robert Gibson will be in action against Ron Dennis.
Totally.
Jimmy Golden takes
I love
on Jimmy Jones.
Charles Bronson.
And Larry Horn goes against Oki Shakina. Monday night, Birmingham's Powerful Auditorium.
Oh, that'd have been fun, dude. Let's go. Time traveling. Where do you want to go? Anywhere you want to go in the world. You can do anything. You can stop anything. You can do anything. Where you going? Bro, I need to go Monday night. Birmingham, Alabama. I need to go to the Boutwell Auditorium. I got a phone number we can call when we get there. January 1989. Let's do it. They're like, oh, wow. It's very specific and weird.
Monday night, Boutwell Auditorium, Birmingham. 7 great matches. Monday night, Boutwell Auditorium. Tickets go on sale 9 a.m. Monday morning at the Boutwell box office. With me, the Alabama State Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Saito, who defends that title against the original holder, the man he defeated for it, Bob Armstrong, on Monday night in Boutwell. And on my other side, the challenger for the United States Junior Heavyweight Champion, a former champion. He'll be facing the youngest U.S. Junior champion in the history of the belt, Brad Armstrong.
Hell yeah, Black Boot. That's good stuff. What year? What year are you watching?
You know, Monday night in
For
Boutwell
years.
Auditorium is a very big night for the Armstrong connection. My son Brad, the youngest man ever to win the U.S. Junior Heavyweight title, will be defending
that's
that
what
title.
I got
And
here
for
too.
me, I got a chance to
Sounds a
win
little
title
weird.
I won originally right there in Birmingham. Now, you've been slipping by. You've been knocking Americans. You've been knocking everything you can knock in Birmingham. But on Monday night, I can knock you, brother. Some way, shape, or form, I'm going to get that belt. Brad's going to defend this belt against Jerry Stubbs, the man who held it longer than anybody. But he's got the heart, he's got the will, and he'll do it.
What
And
belt's
in
this
Birmingham,
that Brad
You
has?
say you're so much better at karate. If I have to, I'll do what I can. And remember, it just takes one shot to put you down, big boy.
We'll start with you, Jerry. You're going after a belt you held longer than anyone in the history of the...
Maybe I'll say
I held the United States Junior Heavyweight Championship longer.
United States Junior Heavyweight. Oh, yeah, that's right, because of the weight limit.
And let me tell you something, Armstrong, you're the
United
youngest
States.
to ever hold that belt. And you're going to be the shortest range because when I get through...
I'm trying to keep
a
track of all the champions and all the stuff I'm watching.
Like I'm supposed to do.
Brad
Mr.
Armstrong.
Saito, your belt is on the line against a very tough Bob Armstrong.
You know, the other night,
So we got the Alabama champion, Saito, United States Junior champion, Brad
I
Armstrong.
talked to my father.
And the tag champs isn't that tag champs is Condrey and Rose.
He's so very happy because I'm a champion. American belt and Alabama State champion. He's so happy because my father, very good kamikaze pilot. He's 2 times attacked the Pearl Harbor. Came to me now. I attacked the American wrestler. I attacked the Burma Armstrong. He's American karate.
Monday
Kill the
night,
American
Birmingham,
wrestler. I
Boutwell
kill him.
Auditorium.
I kill him. Can we say that on TV? I'm here for it. I'd have rated that.
Join me now for this, Jimmy Golden. And Jimmy, I certainly have a lot of questions that I would like to ask you pertaining to an incident that took place this last Tuesday night at Expo Hall in Mobile concerning you turning on your cousin Ron Fuller in the ring.
Oh shit! So okay, Fuller's done turned. So they've done had a bigger show between the last show and this show. Ron Fuller done turned.
Brother, let me tell you something. I took care of business, baby. Like I've been telling you I was going to do for a long time. And that's exactly what I've done. I've done a good job, didn't I?
You came back into this area. Ron has taken you as a tag team partner. On numerous occasions, you went down to the ring and helped Ron when he was in trouble. I just really don't understand why you do all of this and then turn on him in the ring.
You know something, Charlie, old buddy? You fit in real well down here in southern Alabama with these peanut farmers. I bet you make a fine peanut farmer yourself. All you people are just great. Everything fit together like a little puzzle, man. It couldn't have been better. All you people come up to the Tennessee stud, old Ron Fuller, and said, Jimmy Golden is all right, man. He's had a change of heart. Take him as your partner. Y'all did great, man. I knew you loved me all the time because I'm the greatest that there has ever been, and I'm here to stay. I've taken care of the stud, and I'm going to take care of the whole Fuller family.
Taking into consideration what has happened this past Tuesday night, I have another question that I, if I could, would ask that.
Yeah, will we see Rob, Ron's brother, come in before the year's out? And if he does, that'll be incredibly interesting. He might be the only person that would have crossed all 3 time-traveling years that we've done thus far. CWA 89, Memphis, Tennessee, Indiana. Then we jumped to 1990, 1 year later. We went in succession. NAWA/SAPW, North Carolina, South Carolina, into Virginia. And then we've jumped here, and also in NAWA, where Rob Fuller was the highlight of the whole thing in the stud stable. And now here we have very good chance because his family owns this territory we're in. But will we actually see Rob Fuller here? And I'm predicting yes.
Did you in any way, John Valiant recently turned on Ron Fuller. Did you have anything to do with paying John Valiant to do that?
Well, let's just say this, man. Whatever's whatever, I don't know nothing about John Valiant. He left there. He's gone. He couldn't really take care of business like he should anyway, so I took care of business, so I did it my way. If you want to do something right, you got to do it yourself. So I did it myself.
After a very unfortunate turn of events, he's back in the southeastern area, Jimmy Golden. Ladies and gentlemen, this event one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing at 224 pounds from Oklahoma, Roy Welch.
Roy Welch, another family member.
From Japan, the Alabama State heavyweight
Oh, God, dude, are we going to get a brutal Saito suplex, or will they take it easy? Since he's a family member of the guys that own the fucking territory.
Alabama State heavyweight wrestling title.
That's the truth.
Well, of course, a non-title match. Welsh moving out ready. And Saito, there's your bell. We've got action. Saito moving out low. And then
Let's see what we get.
Welsh, nice block takedown. Right over on top of his man.
In the ropes.
Finds the rope. Roy opening up early, Charlie, and realizes with this man, his power, his knowledge, versatility, you've got the
Kind of a Hiranagi there.
Indeed, it always amazes me to watch the various styles.
It is a small-ass ring, though, when you see a move like that and they're already outside the ring.
Probably one of the greatest pro wrestlers in America today. The Japanese Olympic champion. Good head moving by Welch, but as you see, Saito finds a quick way.
Fast-paced, though.
But he moves well. He moves that weight deceiving. 242 to 46 pounds is normal weight.
Herman's carry.
Seen with a nice arm bar, straddling
Got him
Welch
in an
down,
arm bar.
down, apply that pressure. Yes, Charlie. Saito moves in and out of one style or the other. With
Probably thinks it's going to be a brutal Saito suplex. I bet he takes it easy on Roy Welch.
Any man that's faced him thus far in our area can.
This is an amateur wrestling move right here, riding him.
We've got to watch for his moves, which gives him a little bit of advantage, Charlie. He's got
flattening him out.
He's got to know where he's going before he can defense against him.
Welch looking for some means of escape from Saito.
Roy trying to turtle on him, so Saito can't find a handle, but as he comes up to his knees, Saito hooks that leg.
And more amateur wrestling right here.
And doubles it up now. Doubles it up.
Got him in a sort of an Indian deathlock here.
A stalling tactic in the amateurs will draw you a penalty. In the pros, you don't have that short time limit. And a man in a crucial situation will sometimes
put him in a stretch.
If he can lull his opponent into a false sense of security. Right now, Saito with that double leg lock and keying on that arm has his man tied up. And of course, at this particular point, you unless you can make a man submit, you can't go any farther. But certainly, he's not moving well either. Saito now relinquishing the arm, going back to the legs. Welch up on that knee and
reversal. Right into the ropes.
Reaching distance, Roy with a nice quick counter and comes down on top, but once again in the ropes, he'll get the break.
I love stuff like this. It's fun to watch because of all the stuff we see now. I mean, I like wrestling still, and I still watch wrestling, but it really is. It's just so repetitive. We see every match has dives. Every match has this. By the end of it, we've seen this move 300 times. This feels different. This is a different style match than the Robert Gibson match that we watched.
going into grip. Saito with the hair. Plainly could see pulling the hair back on the ropes.
Good stuff, man.
Calls for another break.
And again, there's a healthy mix there to be met. I agree.
In that chop before the break. And again, chopping.
Oh man, lashing him in.
Of Roy Welch, Mr. Saito.
This is a good match, right?
On top of his man, he's opened up, and the assault, as you can see, is very effective. Roy battling back, and Welch staggers his.
Oh shit!
His right hand drops him with the fourth one, and now picks him up, catapults him cross ring.
Oh, abdominal stretch.
But is able to hook the abdominal stretch.
He has the stretch. Bruce Fortson, the ring official.
Toss out.
But it's Saito throwing his man off.
Snapmare. This is a great fucking match. And a toe hold.
Roy going to the spinning toe. Now Saito kicking it back into that turnbuckle. Dazes Roy now, and Saito.
Oh yeah, Brett. I'm a big Brett fan. Love Brett.
We've been talking about for the last 2 weeks, Charlie.
Going to work on the back of Roy Welch. Takes his man into the ropes. Misses with that shot. Welch going for a roll-up, but it was Saito holding onto those ropes.
He anticipated him there and was able to hang on. Here's one of those.
Oh, and he got him. He didn't hit him with. He didn't really. Hold on, let me watch it again.
Was able to hang on. Here's one of those.
He still fucking delivered it. I mean, yeah, he didn't take it easy. I think that other guy was just so much smaller than Saito. It looked more brutal, but he did not take it easy. He delivered that Saito suplex with just as much fucking velocity. That's a great match, guys. I'm loving this territory. Piper ruled.
Mr. Saito, your winner.
Yeah, Simi. I mean, I love old wrestling. It's just different, right?
State heavyweight champion, Mr. Saito. Our personality profile is next. Stay with
I have a real good time watching this stuff.
Today, we're going to talk about a unique type of wrestling match, and I think the Birmingham fans will be seeing for the very first time in professional wrestling history in that city this type of match very soon. A 2-ring, triple chance over the top rope battle royal.
All right, I'll be right back as when we get into the water. I got my earbuds in, so I'm listening still, but I'll be right back.
Winners will receive $10,000. We're going to talk to some of the wrestlers that participate in this type of thing. With me now, Norvell Austin, Paul Orndorff, and Ron Fuller, the Tennessee Stud. And Ron, in this type of match, we're talking about, we'll start with 18 men in one ring, and you and I might go through a little bit of the rules and regulations of this type of contest. So your first chance is in ring one.
That's right. And in ring one, you have to be thrown over the top rope into ring two. If you're thrown over the top rope on any other side of the ring one, you're able to come back in, and you haven't lost your first chance.
So the second chance is in ring two. Once you've been thrown into that ring, then to be eliminated totally from the match, you have to be thrown out one of 3 sides of that ring onto the arena floor.
That's right. You go out any side of ring two, and you are basically and forever eliminated from the battle royal. You've lost both chances there. But the last 2 men in ring one stay in ring one, and then the last 2 participants in ring two stay in ring two. And after everyone else is eliminated, then there's a tag team match, and at the end of that match, those 2 winners split $10,000
prize money. Right. So it's the 2 finalists in ring one against the 2 finalists in ring two. And Paul, this can bring up some unique situations because it's possible that you could be left in one ring or the other if you're down to the final 4 with someone that you don't get along with, someone that you have wrestled in the past. It could be a Ron Bass, it could be a Dennis Condrey, it could be a Mr. Saito as your partner, so you're in a position for $10,000 to make amends, at least briefly, for one match anyway.
That's very true, you know, Les. That's why it's a very unique type of a match. You don't see too many of double ring the battle royals like this here because, like you say, there's 18 people in there. There's a lot of bodies. There's a lot of money at stake. You never know who's going to be your partner, so everything's up in the air. You don't know what's going to happen. It's, you know, like anytime there's money up like that, 10 grand, a lot of things can happen. And just like you said earlier, you don't know who your partner's going to be, and you just got to forget about that and just go out there and try to win that money, and that's what we're going to try to do.
Exactly. Norvell, later on in the program, we're going to be seeing a double ring battle royal where you and Paul were partners in that particular match. But as we mentioned, it could be someone that you've wrestled against very recently. And how do you feel as you go out? Normally, if it were Paul or Ron, you know your partner's covering your back. But in this situation, you can't always be certain.
Yeah, it kind of breaks concentration a little bit if you wind up with somebody that's you're not real tight with.
It breaks your concentration a lot, and it's kind of tough to win when you're not concentrating on the match. But like Paul said a minute ago, you got to try to trust whoever you wind up with.
We're back.
A lot of money. Split down 2 ways, making $5 a lot of money, man.
In another studio, we have
Norville, Austin, ain't it?
Randy Rose and Mr. Sight, who also involved in this big match.
Orndorff, Austin,
Their views on a 2-ring triple threat.
Fuller.
$10,000, triple chance, a battle royal. Well, that's going to be fun. Birmingham, Alabama, boys. Old money bag, Mr. Don Curtis is going to turn loose of it again.
Well, did they show Andre? Is Andre going to be in that battle royal?
Out there in that ring, we're not going to take this thing personal. It's not a personal thing to us. It is all money.
You're all just talking about Andre.
Any of
My
us
bad.
individuals here or anyone else, that's fine, because we're going to get in there and do what we got to do to win. Now, there's going to be people out there chasing.
Yeah, Andre's
people with
insane.
animosity. I think
Oh, they did show him?
Gibson
Oh, fuck.
came to me, says, I heard his brother. Well, that's fine. Just come on, Gibson. Ron Fuller, you better be watching your back, because you got something we all want, baby. Me and my cousin got some fresh meat.
Me and my cousin.
Do it, baby, do it. I tell you what, cuz, we done drove away in the black vet.
Oh,
Now
gotcha,
we're
gotcha.
drive away with the money, baby. Wine, women, song, and money. Mr. Saito, $10,000 battle royal. Oh, I like a $10,000.
Big ol' hat.
I like American dollar. We guarantee we take American dollar.
I'll make it like American dollar, American whore. Bring him to my room.
Hey, it's a big party. Party down, baby.
I might have ad-libbed that a little bit.
18 men.
Where the rats at?
$10,000, beginning all in one ring, every man for himself, until it boils down to 2 men in ring 1 and 2 in ring 2. They'll have a tag team match from that point on. The winning team scoring the fall will be the possessors, and $10,000 is split between them. A lot of tough competition, a lot of exciting action if you've never seen one. And that has been our NWA Spotlight for today.
Levert and Robert Gibson.
Here we go.
Levert and Gibson, their opponents for the combined weight of 465 pounds, the Southeastern Tag Champions, Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So Rose, Condrey tag champs, and Robert Gibson. Again, think about what this, what he would become, the feuds that he would have with these guys, even, and future versions without Rose.
That's
wild.
Young man carries a lot of size around. It'll be Robert Gibson starting for his combination, and let's see for Rose and Condrey. It'll be Charlotte, North Carolina's Dennis Condrey. Up to do battle with Robert Gibson.
Here we go.
No, sounds we're ready for action. Condrey sizing things up all the way around the ring. Collar and elbow into that wrist lock. Arm twist and a reversal by Condrey, a reversal by Gibson, and a takedown for Robert Gibson on Dennis Condrey.
Robert applying the pressure to the arm bar. Now windmills it one more time, and Condrey finds the ropes. Condrey checking Frank Levert out as he locks up once again with Gibson. Robert traps that arm, but Condrey back on the hook on the far side now.
Yeah, they look awesome, man. I'm really digging the vibe of future Midnight Express. Go Rose. I like when they got back together in AWA, and then just for a minute with Paul Heyman, Paulie Dangerously came into NWA there before it all went to hell, but started feuding with, it was Midnight Express versus Midnight Express.
Champion's corner. Headlock now on Randy Rose.
Oh, that was slick. Nice, dude. That single leg ruled by Gibson. Props where they are due. I like that.
Frank Levert catches his first tag in this match, and of course his work cut out for him. Nice drop toe hold by Rose. Rose on the ground.
Yeah, I think the ropes are just unusually high. Honestly, because some of the wrestlers look smaller than they should.
Levert not in a position to use his size as heft against Rose yet. As Rose turns him out, gets a 1 count in, up to their feet. Rose and Condrey will be king on Levert, no doubt about it, being the
Nice.
Experience of the combination of Gibson and Levert. A nice waist lock and the takedown, but into the ropes and breaks. Condrey out to shake hands with Levert. Levert slaps away at the hand, but not too enthusiastically. Moves in. Condrey on the go behind.
Condrey will fuck you up.
Levert turning at it again. Condrey with a block. Levert now with a hook. Condrey switches under, comes up with a nice hammerlock, and Rose and Condrey with some good wrestling moves, which again proves that they are versatile athletes. They prefer to take the shortcuts through the back alley style, but they can use the sophisticated hooks and maneuvers of the good wrestlers. Tag, and Rose opens up in that back alley style we're talking about. Stomping away at Frank Levert. Hooks him again, drives him down. Rose applying the pressure now.
Yeah, I like him. Condrey's really good. I like Condrey better than Lane. I like Bobby Eaton and Condrey a lot. People debate those as their favorites versions of Midnight Express. I go Condrey all day. I met Condrey, him and Eaton once. They were really nice.
The tag is made with Condrey. Very effectively in and out. The Southeastern Tag Champions, Randy Rose and Condrey, take down by the hair.
Yeah, it's like a tiny ring with really elevated ropes. The ropes are so spaced out. I feel like they're making the wrestlers look smaller.
Yelled about this arm wrestling challenge to Paul Orndorff, and
look at that hammerlock right now, dude. You actually got a chicken wing on. You had a chicken wing there.
No title for that particular.
I was about to ask. I'd never heard of it.
If there is, Don Curtis just initiated within the last 24 hours.
There you go. Lariat and rods him down.
Condrey catches his man with that clothesline coming off from the
Knees, that's it.
Rose crashes down.
Again, another sweet match.
3 count. It's over.
That was awesome.
Frank Levert defeated by the team of Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey, the Southeastern Tag Champions. Very effective team here in the Southeastern Wrestling.
Damn, F-Wood has opinions about Midnight Express and rock and roll. I feel you, brother. We got Orndorff and Norville.
Austin, and gentlemen, great to have you out.
Of course, you fellas were in a 2-ring Triple Chance Battle Royal. It came down to the two of you as one tag team, and Condrey Rose is another, and we've got that action on tape. Let's take a look at it and hear your comments, Paul.
This event, the finalies of a 2-ring Triple Chance Battle Royal, and of course, Rose and Condrey against Austin and Orndorff. Norvell?
Right on. We had a tough time with these guys. You know, they're a fine-hearted team, but we don't play cheap. And we got some things to sell with these two guys, and we're going to sell them one way or another sooner or later. Right, Paul?
That's right, Norvell. You know, what they did last time is uncalled for, and if they want to play that way, well, we can play that way also, because sometimes, someplace, somewhere, this will be settled somehow, because when it's all over with, when all the smoke clears, you're going to see Norvell and myself wearing those belts.
Of course, Paul, the going was rough throughout this.
It'll be fun to follow who keeps or who loses and gains these titles over the next 6 months or so. See who debuts, who leaves. There's one thing I know, you know, these territories change pretty frequently, even during the short amounts of times that we are watching them. You know, you have some guys that are just, you know, they stick around, but it changes, you know, drastically pretty fast. So I'm interested to see how this one does.
When it gets too hot in the kitchen, they just run on out.
Oh, dude, I love rock and roll.
That's exactly what he did, what they did.
I get it.
But I tell you what, it's not going to be.
I've met Ricky Morton probably more than any other wrestler ever. I've seen Ricky Morton live so many times. Just because of where I live.
Of course, Condrey Rose trying to headbutt on your dog, and we're going to see Rose do it here. They should know better by now.
Big mistake, man. That's
Hell yeah, Dead Punk.
And I kind of hung in there, hung on.
Yeah, I've seen all those guys live as well.
He coming out, tearing them from limb to
Boom!
limb. And this is why they're going to get out of it. They played a cheap shot, knocking the referees around just to get out of it.
Dude, beautiful bobbies, man.
If they can't beat you one way, they'll beat you another kind of way. They always got something in the back.
Second referee, you can see outside.
Eaton is one of the nicest guys I've ever met for sure.
In this type of match, there are two officials, one in and one out. We see We'll see the second
Yeah, look at
coming in
Orndorff there.
momentarily, and as you mentioned, Rose and Condrey go to work on both officials, and the match ends up a no contest.
At this time, you can tell that the team of Rose and Condrey are very confused about the force of Orndorff.
That's crazy, Simi.
Exactly right. That kid was uncalled for.
Yeah, I hear a lot of mixed stories about old Hogan now. Wrestle fans definitely have mixed
Started beating up on the referees.
thoughts about
They
Hogan.
came to get this match thrown out, and that's
Including
exactly
myself.
what they did. They must have had this planned in case it ever happened, and it did. And they got the match thrown out, but it will be settled.
Exactly right, man. We mean businessmen call out to show everybody that we supposed to be the champions. We're gonna prove it somewhere along the line, Condrey and Rose. You can run, baby, but you sure can't hide.
Condrey was talking about being the Southeastern Arm Wrestling champion a little bit earlier, Paul.
That's right. I'll tell you what. If he wants to challenge me, I'll take that challenge anytime, any place, and anywhere. So just come on, bring it on out here.
Well, the guys have been throwing Charlie, and certainly there's the answer.
Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin, outstanding tag combination. We'll have more action in just a moment.
Auditorium. Tickets go on sale Monday morning at 9 a.m. at the box office.
Who's coming to Birmingham?
They'll be in that 18-man, two-ring triple chance battle.
Drink a couple beers in the car, smoke a doob.
In tag team action, they'll be
It'll be fun as hell.
The current Southeastern Tag Team Champions in a non-title bout.
Smoke a
Rose and
doobie.
Condrey. Before I talk to Norvell and Paul, let's hear from the champions.
You know, Birmingham, Alabama seems to be our town, don't it, Cuz? Because he done won a 1980 Corvette, and now I understand there's $10,000 up in a two-ring triple chance battle royal. Well, we don't need no triple chance. All we need is one chance. That's all we ask for. That's all we want. And I guarantee you, baby, you're looking at two men right here that's going to walk out with $10,000. $5,000 apiece. Money, gold, wine, women, song, new cars is all we need. Orndorff and Austin, you two
These guys are
nothing but a
money,
stepping
dude.
stone. That's all you are, baby.
This is really good stuff.
Salt pepper team, stepping stone.
Landing on a good year in a
Paul,
good
they're talking about
territory.
needing only one chance. You're going to try and eliminate that before the battle royal ever comes about.
That's right, Les. You know, first things first. For myself, I want to go out there and prove to the people and to myself and to the wrestling world that me and Norvell can go out there and defeat these two people in a non-title match. If we do that, then I'm sure we can get a shot at those belts. Second, that two-ring battle royal, well, that's going to be quite interesting, too, because, you know, anything can happen in that. It could be me and Norvell, it could be me and Rose, it could be me and Stubbs, anybody. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to winning that $10,000, and I'll be there, and I'll be ready.
Norvell, two big important matches for you Monday night.
Right on, boys. You got your hands full. You call yourself champions, huh? I call you champions, too. You're Hollywood champions, because you're always wearing them dog eyeglasses. You're going to have a reason to wear them after we get through in Boutwell Auditorium, but we're going to black both of y'all's eyes.
Monday night, Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium, a super lineup.
That's crazy, Polly. What? That's insane.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event, one fall TV time remaining, introducing with a combined weight of 467 pounds, Norvell Austin and Paul Orndorff. Their opponents, combined weight of 440 pounds, the Superstar and Jimmy Jones.
Jimmy Jones and the Superstar. Let's see what we got here.
This is our first look at the tag team combination of Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin on our television screen. And while we're talking about television matches, we're waiting for this one to start, Charlie. I did want to bring up that Don Curtis, because of the tremendous support of the fans and because of the great ratings in the southeastern area, has proclaimed the month of February.
Superstar about to get fucked up, looks like.
Each week, throughout the month of February, there will be a title match of some sort, a regional title of some type, each week on our television program.
All right.
Championship month for the month of February. A lot of
Championship month in February. You heard Thatcher on commentary there.
We'll be looking at a lot of great wrestling talent in the area, in addition to what we already have. Ken Lucas, for instance.
Right. Big Kenny coming back to the area. A tough competitor, and right now we're looking at another tough competitor in Paul Orndorff as he locks in with the key lock on that hammerlock to the masked Superstar. Orndorff has been challenged by Dennis Condrey, who proclaims himself Southeastern Arm Wrestling Champion. He wants to go against Orndorff in an arm wrestling match. Orndorff told us earlier he would be happy anytime, any place. So
that's crazy too,
the
KP.
groundwork has been laid, and we're just going to have to line that one up. Nice takedown by the Junkyard Dog, Norvell Austin. And this is going to be a tough combination for Condrey and Rose to handle. Orndorff and Austin.
Over in that corner tank is Major Jimmy Jones. Shot an elbow center of the ring. Takedown by the Junkyard Dog with the arm bar on Jones.
Joe's the rugged.
That's crazy, KP.
We got our first look at him on our television ring. And of course, his work cut out for him against Paul and Norvell. Nice takedown by Paul right in on top. And you look at this Orndorff up and down from head to toe. He's a well-developed athlete. He doesn't have a weak physical characteristic that I can tell. The power is well proportioned throughout the body. And plus, a very capable mental wrestler as well. A combination that's hard to beat any place in the country.
Junkyard Dog in now, catches an elbow.
Damn, Jimmy Jones with a nice elbow there. I see you.
Takedown. And now the superstar tagged in, goes to work on the Junkyard Dog. Side headlock on Norvell.
That's awesome, KP.
Again with Jones. Jones and the superstar in and out very effectively at this point in the match. Norvell tags Paul Orndorff, and he has both of them in the ring.
Oh, we got a Donnybrook. We got a melee here. Referee, get some kind of order, sir. Even a tip to. I'm begging you. Wow. Referee's just like, what's happening? Who's legal? I don't know. Who cares? Might as well be ECW here, brother. Damn, Fisherman suplex. See, you never know what will finish a match here. This is freaking awesome. Love that.
Came up with a winning 3 count for his team.
Your winner of the match, Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin. And wait a minute.
Condrey and Rose coming out with a table.
Oh, we're gonna. After the match, they want to arm wrestle? Of course they do.
It appears that
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Orndorff just completing a match, and he accepted the challenge of Condrey. Condrey fixed a fine.
Well, that's on brand.
With the table right after a match, it would
Was bread written on his cup? B-R-E-D.
Orndorff has been worn down from his competition in the match, Charlie, and right now
You know what? Orndorff's such a man. He said, "We'll do it. We'll do it right now. Bring it, Daddy."
Rose second in Condrey, and the Junkyard Dog standing behind his partner. And let's see what the Florida State Arm Wrestling Champion and the self-proclaimed Southeastern Arm Wrestling Champion.
Dude, Condrey's fucking jacked too.
Condrey with a bit of an advantage here, Charlie.
I don't think he was ever this big in later on.
Watch the concentration. Watch the concentration. Orndorff coming down.
Oh, they're gonna attack him. Oh, right knee. Oh, fuck. Classic spot. Probably the earliest I've ever seen that spot right there with the chair, honestly. January 81. Oh, The Rock did that hilariously once. Are we looking at the new possible Southeastern Tag Team Champions in Norvell, Austin, and Paul Orndorff, folks? Might be.
Ricocheting back off that top rope and got Randy a good one himself.
We'll be back with more action on Southeastern Championship Wrestling.
It's like for a super lineup of Southeastern Championship Wrestling. For reservations and information,
Fucking the good old days, Polly.
Tickets on sale at
The good old days.
Monday at 9 a.m. The main event, 18-man touring triple champ.
That's how I want to settle any differences that I have. That's why I keep these things locked and loaded.
Alabama State title match as Mr. Saito takes on Bob Armstrong.
Never know when he may get challenged.
Norvell Austin and
In the wild.
take on Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey for the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship. Brad Armstrong takes on Jerry Stubbs. Robert Gibson will be in action against Ron Dennis. Jimmy Golden takes on Jimmy Jones, and Larry Horn goes against Oki Shakina. Monday night, Birmingham's Powerful Auditorium. That main event, 18-man, two-ring triple chance over the top rope battle royal, $10,000 to the winner. Monday night, Powerful Auditorium.
10K. Give me that 10K fade.
For titles and the 18-man two-ring triple chance battle royal. Involved in that one, Jimmy Golden seated on my left and Robert Gibson seated on my right. In addition to that, Robert Gibson has wanted a shot at Outlaw Ron Bass. He gets that in singles action in Boutwell Auditorium on Monday night. Before I talk to Jimmy and Robert, let's hear from the Outlaw Ron Bass.
$10,000, triple chance, battle royal. Well, I'm going to tell you something, people. We're going to be coming in there, and we want a little of that money. We're going to rake it home and take it home, have the big party that we want. And I'm going to direct remark right toward Mr. Robert Gibson. Robert Gibson, you're crying. You're saying that I hurt your brother Ricky. Well, I'm going to tell you something. You get in the ring with me, it's going to be two Gibsons, not just one that's going to be hurt. Mr. Oki, $10,000, baby.
Let me tell you just one thing. I will be the winner.
This guy's not Japanese at all, is he?
But I love more rough they come in. Better I like you know me.
This dude's from down the road, isn't he?
I love that $10,000. Oh, that's good money.
All right, we're going to start with you, Robert. You want Ron Bass, and you've got him in a single match before the big battle royal.
Yeah, Les, that Ron Bass out here saying I'm crying and I'm doing this and that, but Ron Bass...
He's like, I've got to get the right angle on this. I'm not going to look directly at the camera. I'm going to look sideways. That was real quick and nice, real smooth.
A whole lot of money, brother, and I sure would like to spend it, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in my pocket, baby, $10,000. Hopefully Mr. Gibson over here will be my partner, and he can help me out, and we'll take the coins and split it up, baby. A lot of money, 3 chances, a two-ring battle royal. I'm looking forward to it, baby, because there's going to be some bodies flying, and I ain't going to be one of them. I'm going to be the one throwing some, baby.
Monday night, Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium. 7 bouts, 2 title matches, and...
Might need a baby count from Fuller. How we had a brother count from Dundee and Memphis.
Monday at Boutwell box office, 9 a.m.
Got to get my emojis set up for this promotion. I was too busy this week. I think I'm going to get a fucking... one of the emojis for this promotion, I think it's going to be a fucking 70s biker stash.
Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey.
We certainly do. Condrey is a bit embarrassed over what happened here just a few minutes ago in his...
Another awesome episode, though. We're a month in already, folks.
Paul Orndorff has done this many places, many times. It's a tough one to beat.
Baby.
Or in the wrestling ring under standard wrestling rules. A lot of action going on, Charlie. Before we recap what's happened today, we'd like to mention this once again. Don Curtis is proclaimed on television February.
I'll throw a baby in there every once in a while, pretty much because I am an old wrestling fan.
Here on the television
Start rolling.
Southeastern Heavyweight title, I might mention there. This is a very important title because Harley Race will be arriving in...
I like to talk shit. I like to talk shit, KP.
Facing Harley for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Southeastern Tag Team belts will be defended on television. The Alabama State title and the United States Junior Heavyweight title. All 4 of these titles will be defended one each week for the entire month of February. Coming soon to the area, Ken Lucas. We mentioned world champion Harley Race, Andre the Giant, and 2 additions to that. Mr. USA Tony Atlas. And
there we go. We were just talking about him. Andre's going to be coming in. The champion, Harley Race.
Indeed, and something that comes out in my mind is a situation that has developed, and part of it due to something that happened last week here between Saito and Bob Armstrong.
100% rib shot.
Very much after the Japanese.
You know, I guess exactly right. Of course, Brad was involved in the incident here last week. We saw the tape of Armstrong and Saito. These 2 men locked up like animals, neither wanting to relinquish an inch, give up, and certainly anytime both forces to be reckoned with, both powerful men, both very good at their own specialties, and any time that these 2 men square off in the wrestling ring, it's going to be Katie Bar with it.
And with Bob Armstrong preoccupied with Mr. Saito at this time, it also gives Brad an advantage of seeing exactly what he can do in singles competition by himself.
That's exactly right. Brad, as I mentioned earlier, we had discussed this, and he said, well, you know, a lot of people, a lot of wrestlers feel that My dad has helped me a lot with the tag team wrestling and everything, and I think it's time I prove to him, to myself, to the fans, promoters, or whoever, that Brad Armstrong can lock horns with him and do it on his own. And I think the young man has got the stick-to-itiveness and the desire, the courage, and the talent to go out there and do just exactly as he says, Charlie.
Briefly running down today, Brad Armstrong was the winner over Oki Shakina in our opening match. Mr. Saito, the winner over Roy Welch. The Southeastern Tag Champions reigned supreme over Robert Gibson and Frank Levert. And in that last match, Norvell Austin and Paul earned off the winners.
And our unscheduled arm wrestling contest, you'd have to give it to Orndorff. Condry went for the hair, ended up being thrown on the floor, and Randy Rose hit himself on the head with a chair. So the arm wrestling was short-lived.
And big news from Don Curtis once again. The next month, the month of February, has been
February sounds exciting.
Here on Southeastern,
all titles, every show, lots of cool people coming in.
Here on Championship Wrestling.
Yes, we will. Right here on Sunday, per the usual. We'll do some more. Looks like we're going into February. I just now popped up on the screen, but there's a brand new video, folks. Please go give that thing a check ski if you could. If you could give it a like, if you have the if you can give hype. Leave a comment, all the good stuff. Give it a share. Let anybody else know. That really helped me out. Hoping that video can hit the algorithm once again. Make sure you're following all over the place. We just hit 24K on Facebook. I don't really use TikTok that much, but every once in a while I'll do something. I do post on X here and there. And then, of course, Twitch is a must-have for Saturday night. We're watching all of ECW. All of it. We are already 2 months in. We watched 3 episodes right now. And I think you're going to want to come and hang out, especially as we get into Extreme. I'm going to be counting lots of different things. I'm going to be doing table counts, keeping stats along the way. Help me do that. Again, if you do become a member here, one more plug, I'd appreciate it. You help out the channel first and foremost, and you can do it so right here. But if you do become a member, you get access to exclusive emojis, which I'm going to work on this week, and early access to the video that just dropped today. You would have gotten that video yesterday, and sometimes days earlier. So again, thank you all so much. I appreciate it. 10 Eastern on Saturday night, Ripshot. I'm glad you asked that. Again, twitch.tv/WrestlePlunge. And we're about to go into the Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular. Terry Funk versus Eddie Gilbert. Texas Chain Match Massacre. And I don't think I'm going to be here. I'm supposed to go out of town this weekend, so I don't think this Saturday night I will be having a show. But the following should be the big show coming back, and the majority of Saturdays is ECW. And you're going to want to be in on that, guys. Lots of cool stuff. We're going to continue growing this thing. Right now we're working on 11K here on YouTube. I appreciate all of you guys coming through. Hopefully everyone has a great week and a great Sunday night. Make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat here. I think we're good. Thank you all so much. Have a good one, guys. Boom. Go check out that new video.